Everybody, north wind makes a big difference around here. Yesterday we had that south wind that made it feel like almost 80 degrees. Well, today only in the 60s because of that north wind, and you can see it's still blowing over the area and getting stronger actually as it pushes out into the Gulf of Mexico. A few sprinkles are reported here in north central Texas. That's north of Austin, but I doubt if it's actually even hitting the ground. It's just kind of moisture left over in the upper level of the clouds. I'm showing you the super wide picture here, okay? Our front that came through that brought us the north wind is part of this storm, which is producing more rain and snow, believe it or not, for the Carolinas. But again, winter is right here. That is just it right there. On the west coast, we've had high pressure sort of blocking everything, making it go out of the Pacific, up into Canada, and down into the plains. Well, then all of a sudden, something's brewing here. We've got an area of low pressure beginning to develop, and in the next few days, it's going to start pumping up moisture up into our area. This high is actually going to break down, so I believe that our weather pattern over North America will be changing by next week, and so we are going to be looking at different kinds of weather. For us, north winds will be making it on the cool side. You can see a future tracker. It's just going to be clear and cold, and tomorrow sunny and a little bit milder. In fact, as we get into the weekend, it's going to feel very mild. Looking at 38 tomorrow morning, and then 41, then 51, then 54 by the time we get to early next week. Now the question is, when do we get any kind of rain? Well, it isn't in the short term, but it's in the 7-day forecast. Notice this storm finally moves offshore. The northeast is going to get another winter storm right there. High pressure that was over the west is beginning to crumble. You can see the lines moving. They're no longer northwest, they're more westerly. And yes, this area of low pressure starts to move ashore. And as it moves ashore, it's going to pump up this moisture up over Texas. So I see clouds and moisture and possible rain rolling across our area Monday, Tuesday next week. Should be good. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. I wanted to show you the high temperatures tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. You can see right about there, we've got a big warming trend right here on the west, well, in the central plains. The west coast continues on the mild side. Winter is still back east, but it'll be about 5 more days before things really start to change around here. Overnight, we'll get down to a clear and cold 38, okay? So you might need a blanket tonight. And then tomorrow we'll get up to almost 70 degrees with abundant sunshine. If you're going to be working outdoors for the next few days, no problems at all. In fact, it's going to be getting milder and milder. So wall-to-wall sunshine, winds decreasing, high temperature of about 65 down along the coast. Cuero getting up to almost 70 degrees, but lots of sun all day long. 7-day forecast, well, here we go. We start with 68 tomorrow and then 77 by Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday will be almost 80 degrees. But it's okay, you know what? Because your Super Bowl party could be outdoors, or maybe you can barbecue, or it's going to feel like springtime with a high of about 80 degrees over the weekend. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have this QR code.